Good night, everyone. So, um, life right, but they don't like they don't want to go to church, or they don't want to make certain adjustments in their life. Like, man, man, I got a belly, man. Man, I want to lose this weight. I don't want to have this belly. I want to lose some weight. I want to, get some abs. I want to build some muscle. But you don't work out. You eat crazy, and you go to sleep right after eating, even when you do. So people who say stuff like, "Man, I want to live a better life. Man, I want to go to heaven," but you're wicked. You do stuff that you're not supposed to do. People tell you, "Hey, you can't watch that kind of stuff." Like, nah, it's all right, man. You can't look at stuff like that. Nah, it's all right, man. Man, you got to go to church. Nah, yeah, I don't got to go to church every single time. I know people who literally they moved from where they were to come to our church, and they don't even come all the time. Like, what was the purpose of you coming? There are people that do that. People that do that. Like, you want to see change. You want to see God manifest in your life, but you don't want to make the necessary adjustments for Him to be manifested in your life. Like, okay, what's an example? Okay, man, I have thoughts. Okay, you may say, man, I struggle with fornication. I feel like I want to fornicate, and I struggle with that. But you look at girls and they walk past. Like, yeah, like, man, you look at girls and they walk past. Or, brother, I'm struggling in my thoughts, in my mind. I'm fighting thoughts in my mind. But you look at things that you shouldn't look at. Like, you watch different things that you shouldn't watch. Like, yeah, but how do I stop thinking thoughts? Like, well, in order for you to stop thinking thoughts, then you have to stop watching the things that you watch. It's like saying, man, I don't want my apple tree to keep bringing forth apples. Well, it can't bring forth anything else because it is an apple tree. You can't think that by cutting off the apples every time that the apple tree brings forth apples, that it's going to stop bringing forth apples. It's still going to grow apples. You want that tree gone? You want to stop seeing apples in your backyard? You have to pluck the tree up. You have to cut the tree down. You can't just, like, but it's a nice tree. Yes, it is a nice tree, but you don't want the fruit that comes with it. Like, man, I don't want God to take complete control of my thoughts. I sometimes think good thoughts. Like, what? You're a wicked human. What do you mean you think good thoughts? You're wicked. You don't think good thoughts. And the thoughts that you do think that are good, they're your good is as filthy rags. So it's not good anyway. You may say, man, I don't want, every time I'm in my backyard, I always see apples on my floor, and I don't like it. So I want to just, I'm just going to pick up the apples that's on the floor, and then all the apples that I see on the tree, I'm just going to pluck them and then throw them away because I don't like seeing apples. But I want to keep the tree there. The tree is just going to keep bringing forth apples because it's an apple tree. Man, I don't want God to take away all of my thoughts. I don't want Him to control my mind. I just don't want to think these bad thoughts. I don't want to think pornographic thoughts. I don't want to, think about doing those kinds of things over there. But if you don't want to give it to God, then you're going to keep thinking that kind of stuff because you're programmed to be that way. You're programmed to be that way because of the kind of person you are. You don't walk in the Spirit. So the things that your flesh does want to do, the lusts of your flesh, you're going to fulfill because you don't walk in the Spirit. You say, I don't feel like praying. I don't feel like reading. I have these kinds of issues. I want to lose weight. I want to stop doing these kinds of things. Well, brother, you should pray longer. Man, I don't got time for that. I don't got time for that. I got other stuff to do. Like, okay, well, those other things that you have to do, obviously, are gonna are gonna stop you from doing that. Like, man, I want to stop. I want to lose this weight. I want to lose this weight and start being healthy. All right, man, so you got to start going to the gym. Now, I don't got time for the gym. I don't got time for no gym. I got to watch this game. Oh, okay, so watching the game is going to make your belly fat go away, right? Oh, I don't got time to pray. I got to go to work. Oh, work is going to stop you from, wanting to rape people, huh? Because that's the kind of stuff that people want to do. Like, you want to do bad things. You want to do bad things, and you don't want to sit there in prayer and let God change you. And because you don't want to let God change you, because you have other things that you have to do. Like, man, I gotta do this though. I gotta do that. I gotta watch. I gotta do this. I gotta go to work. I gotta go see my family. I gotta go and do this. I gotta go and do that. Yes, but those other things come last. Those things are not going to those things are not going to make you holy. Those things aren't going to get you into heaven. Those things aren't going to help you fulfill the will of God for your life. Those things are going to push you farther and farther away the more you put those things above God. So, it sounds stupid for someone to say, man, I got to lose weight. Yet you see them, you look back at them, you expect them to be eating some salad. Like, yeah, man, I want to start losing weight. And in your mind, like, yeah, he's probably eating a salad, snacking on some carrots, eating some broccoli. But then you turn around and you see him, eating a donut while ordering pizza and drinking Sprite. Like, what did you just say? Like, I said I want to lose weight, man. Yes, no. No, give me the breadsticks. The extra large pizza too, yes. Yes. And he got the other phone. Yes. I do want that sub. Make it thick now. Like what? Like, man, yes. How does it feel to talk to people about the Lord just for them to take all of what you gave them and throw it in the garbage can? Like, you're pouring into this guy like, yes, man, okay. So now, come on, 10 more sets of push-ups. Come on, give me some more crunches. Come on, some more plank. Come on. All right, when you go home, don't eat. Just go to bed. Drink some water, drink a protein shake, go to bed. Okay, and you're pouring all of that into them, and then you see them, later that night, you're driving past, and you're a fitness trainer. You're driving past Dunkin' Donuts, and you see a familiar face in there. And you're like, well, who's that? You're like, hold on, I think that's somebody I know. You park the car, and you get out, and you go inside, and you see the guy who you was just training for 4 hours talking to. You skip time to be with your family. You skip time to work out for yourself to help this guy. And you walk into Dunkin' Donuts and you see him at the counter. Like, yeah, I want, give me 3 of those boxes right there. Yes, I want those. Those donuts with, some jelly on the inside. And also give me those pink donuts. The pink frosting with sprinkles. Yeah, I gotta have that. Let me get 3 of those croissant sandwiches too. You're gonna be like, what is this guy? Walk up to him like, hey man, what you doing? Like, oh shoot, I'm sorry. What's going on? What you doing here? Like, no, what are you doing here? What were we just doing? And then this client, every time he sees you, before this moment, he's always crying like, man, I just can't lose weight. Man, I just can't get rid of this belly fat. Man, I just can't. Man, I just. And then you see him and you're like, this is why. And in your mind, when you hear him crying, you're blaming your routine, your workout routine. Like, man, my method is messed up. Man, why is my method messed up? Why is this not working for this guy? Why? That's what Christians do. Christians, they're applying the word of God and they're seeing God manifest. And then they have younger brothers and sisters who want God to change them. And then, they're telling people like, man, God is not changing me. God is not doing this. And you know what those same Christians do? Those Christians, they go home and they talk to God as if God's the problem. Like, God, why aren't you changing him? God, why are you letting that happen to him? God, why are you doing this? And God's like, oh, okay, so you think it's me. Let me just go ahead and show you what this person does. He shows you that this person is this way. You don't even pray. You don't even read. And you want God to change. You want him to manifest in your life. Like, hey, brother, okay, so this is what I want you to do. When you go home, just sit with the Lord until he manifests, okay? Yeah, but, I only got an hour because I got to be to work at, 9 o'clock. Brother, it's only 11. Yeah, but I still, I got to be able to go to sleep. Like, no, brother, when you go home, just sit with the Lord. All right, brother, okay. Thank you for that encouragement. He's going to go home and he's going to go on his phone, watch a bunch of weird videos and then go to bed and wake up and he's going to be worse than he was when you talked to him. And then the next day he's gonna say, "Man, nothing's working. God is not manifesting. What's the problem? I want to do better. And you're gonna be like, man, why is God not changing this guy?" And you're gonna go home and you're gonna charge God falsely. God, why aren't you doing this for this guy? God, why don't you just change him? Why don't you just fix his situation? Why don't you just make that stubborn belly fat go away? Why don't you just help this guy? Yes. And God's gonna say, yeah. Okay, let me show you what this guy does. He eats donuts. He watches this kind of stuff. Yeah. And he's not home doing his push-ups. He's not at the gym lifting those weights. He's not sitting in my presence. He's not sitting in my presence. He's watching TV. He's looking at this kind of stuff. You know? He's having these kinds of conversations. You know? Late night on the phone with different sisters in the ministry talking about marriage when he shouldn't be doing that. He wants to be better. He needs to be delivered from lust. He doesn't want to be, though. Yes, he's going to tell you that he wants to be delivered, but he really doesn't want to. He doesn't want to. So, you know, and for you feel like, God, just change him. God, just change him. But that's not what God sees. God sees everything. So, are you the person who is helping and charging God falsely? Are you the person, or are you the person who's saying that you want help, yet you're doing weird things? Like the person who says, I want to lose weight, yet he's stuffing his face with donuts. You know, like the person who says, Lord, I want to do better. Brother, I want to do better. I want to be like you. I want to, do ministry. I want to be great. I want to obey. Okay, brother, well, you need to start praying and seeking God so that he can make you holy. All right, brother. And that guy's never going to pray. He's going to pray for 5 seconds, and then he's going to leave. He's going to read 2 chapters, and he's going to think he's, like, yeah, I just can't sit there for long enough. And then he's going to be back complaining to you about how God is not answering his prayers. He's going to do that. And you're going to say, what? Why is this guy doing this? Because he's fake. He's fake. He doesn't really want to change. He just wants your results. He doesn't want to work for it, though. He just wants it to be handed to him. He thinks God's supposed to just manifest. He thinks those abs are supposed to just come. He thinks he's supposed to just get veins, just by sitting on the couch, flipping channels. He thinks he's supposed to just wake up one day and be some awesome, mighty man of God. No, you have to put forth effort. You have to put forth effort. You can't just assume that God's supposed to just step in and give you power just like that. No, you have to work for that. You have to work for it. So don't be lazy. Don't be a procrastinator. If you want God to change you, you have to put forth some effort. You have to put forth effort. And don't blame God. Don't blame God. It's never God's fault as to why bad things are happening to people. It's never God's fault. The reason is because people, when they're not in your presence, they're doing things that they should not be doing. And that is setting them back every single time. And they're going to come to you. Brother, I need help. Sister, I need prayer. Brother, I need counsel. I need this. I need that. But when you're home, you're not seeking God for yourself. When you're home, you're not, you're not hiding wickedness from your eyes. You watch crazy things. You look at every female that walks across the street. You look at it like, man. And then you want to go, when you have crazy thoughts of perversion and you feel like you're about to go and fornicate, you like, brother, I need help. I don't know what's going on with me. Like, what do you mean? You watched that lady for 10 minutes as she was walking. What do you mean you don't know what's going on for you? You watched that one ad. You didn't turn it off. You listened to that one music. You didn't pray after that. You did this and you didn't fix that before. So now you're going to struggle. And it's not God's fault. It's your fault because you're not putting forth the necessary effort to change and to be holy. And because you're not putting forth effort, you're going to stay fat. You're going to stay spiritually fat and out of shape. Like, man, when everybody's in church and they're going through doors, they're fighting these demon spirits and they're getting things. Like, man, brother, look what gift the Lord gave me. Like, what? The Lord gave it to you? Like, well, he didn't. Well, he gave it to me, but I had to fight this demon spirit for it. Now I'm free from this, and now I have a higher level of spirit of prophecy. Brother, brother, let me tell you what I got, what the Lord gave me. I got the word of knowledge. Like, what, brother? Well, tell me what I was doing yesterday. Oh, okay, brother. So, you were doing this. And you're like, man, these guys are able to use their gifts. This brother got the power of healing. That brother over there is now called to be an apostle. He's been anointed. Lord, what about me? And the Lord's like, what? Okay, I want you to do this. You gotta fight that demon right there. and you go to fight the demon and you get wore out. Like, what happened? Lord, what happened? Well, you're spiritually fat, man. You're fat. All you do is eat donuts. You're not feeding your spirit the necessary things. First of all, you're not even feeding your spirit. You're feeding your flesh. You know, you're feeding your flesh, and you want change. You want to be able to get things and acquire things that your spirit man has to be fit to do that. You have to be fit to the war. You want to be able to fight, you have to be fit to fight. If you're not fit, if you don't work out spiritually, you're going to be a fat slug, and you're never going to get anything, because God is almost never going to just hand things to you. Almost never. Almost never. Maybe a little bit at the beginning and a tad bit at the end. But for the most part, everything that you see most Christians who are serious, everything that you see them with, they have to fight for that. What, that brother right there? Man, you don't struggle in pornography no more? No. Did God just change you? No. I had to fight that demon spirit for freedom. And now I got it. And now I have to keep fighting him to keep it. Like, what? Yeah. Brother, you have this gift of healing? Yeah. God just dropped it on you, didn't he? You know, you were just in worship and he just dropped it on you? Not necessarily for that brother, yes. He dropped that on him. But the Lord told me if I wanted healing in this area, you know, if I wanted power to heal in this area, I had to fight that spirit over there for that. Like, what? Yeah. You have to fight him for that. How long did it take you to fight him? Well, it took me a week. But that brother over there who was fighting porn, it took him a year. He had to fight that demon for a whole year to get freedom. Like, what? Yeah. And you're like, man, I'm going to fight too. And then you get beat. Like, why am I losing? Well, because you're spiritually unfit. You're not fit. So, you must say, well, okay, I need to get fit then. I need to lose weight. I need to spiritually lose weight and get fit. Like, yes. But when you go home, you're not going to do things to get fit. You know, what does eating donuts look like in the spirit? Man, I know I should be praying right now. I'm just going to scroll on Facebook for a little bit and, you know, just see what's going on. Man, I know I should be reading, but, you know, I'm going to just watch this quick video about the iPhone 13. Man, I know I should be preaching right now, but let me just take a look at this. Let me just fix this bike right here. Let me just do this. The vain things that you do at the wrong time, that's you spiritually eating donuts when you could be working out. You could be spiritually lifting weights. Yeah, you could be just taking in some nutrition, eating some greens spiritually. You know, eating some greens, taking in some protein. But what are you doing? You know, you're feeding your flesh and you're making your spirit fat unhealthily. You know, and you want to go and whine like, man, I'm spiritually weak. My flesh is always beating me. I want to go and be great, you know, now. But now I can't because I'm struggling in this. Like, oh, brother, oh, my gosh, let me pray for you. And they're going to pray for you. And they're going to go home and blame God. Like, God, why aren't you helping this guy? And God's going to say, first of all, I'm just. And I do try to help this guy. He doesn't want my help. You know, you got to see that brother after you just told him, brother, okay, brother, go home and pray. You know, you got to fight that spirit of lust. Go home and pray. Seek the Lord. And I'm going to go home. And I'm going to pray as well, okay? I'm going to go home. When I go home, I'm going to pray as well, okay, brother? And the brother's like, yeah, brother, okay. And then you leave church, you know, and you're driving past Walmart, and you see the brother outside of Walmart. You know, it's been 3 hours since you and him had that conversation. You expect him to be in the presence. And you're on your way home like, man, I got to go home and, you know, get into prayer for this brother. And you're like, okay, you passing by Walmart or the gas station, and you see, oh, what's that brother doing? You see him all touchy-feely with some girl over there, like, hold on, brother, let me go. Let me see what's going on. And then you see the brother, you know, the brother sees you, he starts acting like he's trying to lay hands, like, yes, in the name of, like, brother, what are you doing? You know, the girl's like, oh, me and him, we finna go over here. Like, brother, what are you doing? I just left. We were just having counsel. You about to go fornicate? Like, yeah, bro. No, brother, it's not really like that. We were just talking about the Lord. And, like, no. You know, that'll make you angry. Like, this guy, I just spent 4 hours talking to him after service. And another 3 hours talking to somebody else, expecting that he would be home praying. And I leave, and where is he? He's at Dunkin' Donuts eating donuts. We were just training. We were just working out. You know, I was just giving him some counsel. You know, I told him to go home, get a milkshake or a protein shake, and, you know, drink some water and go to bed. Where is he? He's at Dunkin' Donuts doing what? Oh, yeah, man, he got 3 boxes of the 12 dozen. He also got 5 of those croissant sandwiches and, You know, he also said he was going to the Chinese restaurant to go, the Chinese buffet, actually. Like, what? What is this? This guy's throwing all of my hard-earned time in the garbage can. And after a while, like, you want to go to the brother, and the brother already knows what kind of person you are. You want to go to brother, I need help. Like, oh, yeah, brother? You need help? We all need help. You know, now they don't want to pour into you. Now they don't want to help you because you're not utilizing what you're being given. You're not actually working out. Sorry. You're not actually working out. Spiritually, you're not working out. You're not trying to do better. You're not trying to be better. You're just wicked. You're just wicked. Like, yeah. You know, I gotta lose weight, man. Why? Let me get some of those Doritos. Oh, yeah, Nah. I don't want no green beans. I want some rice, and I want some mac and cheese, some collard greens. And Aunt Suzanne, she made that cornbread. Put that cornbread on there, too. Like you said, you want to lose weight. Yeah, man, I'll start tomorrow, man. Put that cornbread on that plate. You want some green beans? I don't want them green beans. Put some, let me get some of that cake, too. Oh, what? Auntie Chaka she made chocolate cake, too? Oh, let me get that. What auntie so-and-so made? Uncle Jamar, Uncle Jamar, you gotta put that on my plate. Like, you just said you wanted to lose weight, though. Yeah, I start tomorrow. But then you're gonna take home all these Thanksgiving leftovers home. You're gonna eat that tomorrow, and the next day, and the day after that. And then I'm like, oh, man. Well, it's time for me to lose weight now. Well, it's time for me to pray now. I done, you know, like, man, I know I should have been praying, but, man, that one movie, you know, I just got finished watching Empire. Like, what? Brother. Like, yeah, man, that movie, boy, I gotta pray. I need deliverance now. Like, brother, no. You're like a sinner. You're wicked. Like, no, you can't want to change, and I pour into you just for you to go out and be worse than you were before I even talked to you. Like, you know, before I would just see you at Walmart, you know, eating hot dogs a lot. Now you're at Dunkin' Donuts and at, you know, Baskin Robbins and all of these different places eating all this unhealthy food. Now your unhealthy food level is going higher. You know, now you're even bigger. Man, you done got fatter since when I first, you know, started, you was only 250 pounds. Now you're 410. What happened? Yeah, man, I'm sorry, man. I just had to keep eating, man. Like, I was with you almost every single day, telling you what you should and should not eat, telling you when you should pray. Like, brother, no. Instead of going there, stay home and pray. You already struggle with lust. There's going to be nothing but sisters there. Don't go. Just stay home and pray or come out with us brothers. Like, nah, brother. All right, nah, brother. I'm going to go out to the party. You know, it's going to be a few brothers there. Show up, there's 2 brothers there. And those brothers are struggling with the same stuff you're struggling with. Like, yeah, that's what this is. Like, brother, you need to be home praying. Like, nah, brother, you know, I could do it. I could do it. Like, no, you can't do it. You know, one of the biggest things is understanding your weak points. You know, understanding where you're weak. Understanding, like, okay, when after my workout, sometimes when I take this road and I smell Dunkin' Donuts, I just turn in. So instead of going this way home, I'm going to go that way home where, you know, there's nothing there. You know, I can just get home and go to bed. You know, yeah, instead of me going out to that party, I'm going to stay home. You know, I'm going to pray. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. You know, you got to find ways to trick yourself into obedience. You know, that's something that I had to do. I had to learn how to do that. And I'm not going to go into too much detail of how I did that. But I'm going to give you a short story. So, there were times where I wanted to do bad things. So I would trick myself, okay, instead of doing this bad thing right here, why don't we go to this place and do it? Knowing that when I get to that place, I'm going to have even more strength to say no. So I used to trick myself in that way. I'm not going to go into too much detail with that. But, you know, like, yeah, instead of doing this bad thing right here, why don't we go over there and do it? You know, it's better. And I know once I get in this atmosphere, you know, once I've had some time to think, you know, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to actually end up praying. You know, I'm actually going to say, hey, man, I need some help, brother. Pray for me. You know, I didn't know that. My body's like, oh, he got us. And my body fall for that every time. You know, till the Lord gave me grace to just, all right, now I just don't do that no more. And that's how it's supposed to be. You know, you got to learn, okay, yes, you may not be the type of guy who could just drive right past Dunkin' Donuts Okay, yes, you may not be the type of guy who could just not look at that girl like, man, I'm gonna look. Well, you need to find something to do. Okay, you see her walking from that way. You know she's gonna cross and walk this way, and you already know how you do. You're gonna be just like this. Man, man, I need deliverance from lust. Like what? You just stood there and watched that girl for 30 minutes. What you mean you need deliverance from lust? So what are you gonna do? Okay, I see her. I'm gonna start a conversation, and I'm gonna talk this way. Yeah, brother. Yeah, yeah, brother, that's deep right there, so that you don't sin. You gotta learn how to do that, trick your body, okay? You're driving past Dunkin' Donuts, and your body's like, oh man, let's go, let's go, let's go. And you're like, nah. Oh, actually, body, we have donuts at the house. Like, oh really? We do? We do got donuts? Yeah, remember Auntie Carol made donuts? Auntie Carol can't cook, so you're not even gonna want those donuts. Auntie Carol can't cook. Them donuts been in there for 3 weeks. They probably expired, rotten, and you get home, and your body's like, okay, Auntie Carol's donuts, we about to eat those. Pull them out, and they're rotten, moldy. Like, yeah, we can't eat them anyway. Gotta just throw them away. You just tricked your body into obedience. Until now God gives you the strength. Where now Dunkin' Donuts is not even a thing anymore. And when you do eat at Dunkin' Donuts, it's very minimal. Like, yeah, brother. I no longer do that no more. I don't do that. I'm free. I have control over my body. So understanding and being able to control your flesh is key. And I know I just told you all of this. And Brother Sam is also trying to lose weight. But when I get in this house, I'm going to stuff my face with food. And I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. Because bodily exercise profiteth little. This was all just an analogy. So be holy as Jesus Christ is holy. Learn how to work your spirit out. Work it out, work it out, work it out. I love you all, and may God give you grace and control over your flesh. In Jesus' name.